Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, Nana.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, beta. Done the preparation, Nana, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Go through the paper of Sunday once. That will be also useful to you to know where you have committed mistakes. Some questions were asked purely from textbook, Nana. And the problem there with regard to one question especially is a sentence they have taken out from textbook, but the alternate options given are related to that. The only thing is they are not there in the textbook. That care they should have taken, because that is creating problem. Remaining also look like the correct answers only, but they are giving priority to the statement of textbook as it is, and that is taken as key. Did you find a question like that? Did you remember? Remaining three also were close to with the concept orientation if you go. Because they are not statements from textbook, they have not covered them. Did you see? A question was like that, Nana. So don't have to bother about. Their aim is, in fact, our aim is to enable you for textbook orientation, Nana. That's important point to be remembered. Doesn't matter, one or two questions ambiguous will be there. Don't bother about that. Okay. And regarding development, also a question was there. Answer is supposed to be B, and for some it is given as A. Immediately after the paper, you get the marks for yourself, isn't it? In that, do you find a question like that, Nana? For question number 48, Sunday's test beta.
Yes, sir.
So they have taken B as incorrect, given is A, but actual answer is B only. And at the end, you see the key given, that is B only. 2 actually. That is 1, 2, 3 statements are correct. So don't bother about that. But what is fact is important for you. Okay. So shall we go with questions, Nana, related to respiration, then growth and development up to fibrilins. Shall we, beta?
Okay, sir.
That's better now. Is a sort of revision for you because you have exam from. Auxins are synthesized more in which part of the plant body, Nana? Auxin synthesis is more in which part of the plant body, Nana? Shoot apex or shoot tip kada. Less, of course, also is in the shoot tip.
Sir,
Yeah, Nana.
sir, could you put a message in the group that the class has started? Many people haven't joined yet.
Acha. Maybe they are reading for exam, huh?
Yes,
Or
sir.
they don't know. Classes
Sir,
are there.
they didn't tell us that classes were there, sir.
Oh.
Sir, yesterday nobody told us, sir.
Acha. Okay. I'll leave a message. No
Okay, sir.
incoming in batch. Incoming batch 1, batch 2. వచ్చిందా నాన్న?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me, Nana, auxins are synthesized more in which part of the plant body? Shoot tip. Rajita ma'am, one Nana in charge.
Good morning, sir.
Message juniors కు పోయిందంటుంది మ్యామ్.
Incoming seniors, sir.
ఇన్కమింగ్ సీనియర్స్ 61 కరెక్టే కదా నాన్న? న్యూ జూనియర్ కు పోయిందా? ఇదేంటి మేడం జూనియర్స్ కి వచ్చిందండి? యా జూనియర్ బ్యాచ్ 2 పోయింది. మన దాంట్లో సీనియర్ కు పెడితే జూనియర్ పోయింది. ఇట్స్ ఓకే.
Good morning, sir.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ నాన్న.
Sir, we are having exam right now, right, sir?
Yes beta, yes beta. That was actually supposed to be for seniors, so by mistake came. Okay.
Okay, sir. Then
Yeah.
when will we have,
Yes nana?
when will we have exam, sir?
No. You are from which batch beta?
Super 60 by PC junior batch, sir.
You have exam 9 to 12 nana.
Oh, then the message, sir, you sent it in the group that we are
I have
having
removed it. I have removed it beta. Look it. I have removed it.
Sir, sorry.
Okay. It was by mistake beta. It was to seniors actually. Okay. వచ్చిందా నాన్న ఇప్పుడు ఇన్కమ్ సీనియర్స్ కు? అది జూనియర్స్ కు పోయింది బ్యాచ్ 2. అయ్యా అవును నిజంగానే ఓన్లీ 87 ఆర్ దేర్, మెనీ ఆర్ సపోజ్ టు బి నో. ఓకే. Tell me Nana, these are synthesized more in which part of the plant body? Shoot tip. Less was in the root tip. What about gibberellins Nana? What was the first gibberellin to be discovered Nana?
GH3.
GA3, nothing but gibberellic acid. Kada. Gibberellins are synthesized almost in all plants, including fungi Nana. whereas auxins are synthesized more in the shoot tip than, of course, in the root tip. Why are auxins decapitation is employed to remove apical dominance in hedge making, Nana? Decapitation, how does it help in hedge making, Nana?
By growth of lateral buds.
Yeah. You are literally preventing growth on one side, so allowing growth on the other side. Apical bud when removed, lateral buds arise more, so that will increase thickness of that hedge. Boundary. In gardens, you see, no. It is made into thick hedge, promoting more of lateral buds. Who isolated kinetin for the first time, Nana? That's from DNA.
Smog.
Kinetin was isolated from DNA for the first time by who? Cook and Miller. And they termed it as kinetin also. Later, naturally occurring cytokinins were isolated from coconut milk and immature corn seed, milk stage. And it is named as zeatin. Zeatin is a naturally occurring cytokinin. Kinetin is a degradatory product. It is neither synthetic nor naturally occurring. It is degradatory product. Just keep in mind, Nana. Kinetin is a degradatory product. Bakane disease is caused in which plant, Nana?
Rice.
In rice plant. Of course, causal organism is Gibberella fusiculae. Is Gibberella fusiculae a perfect or imperfect stage, Nana?
Perfect stage.
Perfect stage. What was imperfect stage of it? Fusarium moniliforme. Which hormones are protecting plants from biotic and abiotic stress, Nana?
Plant inhibitor.
Inhibitor or growth inhibitor, which is nothing but ABA mainly. Discovery of almost all growth regulators is considered accidental. That question was there for last Sunday's test itself for you. Is ethylene a growth promoter or growth inhibitor, Nana?
Growth inhibitor.
Inhibitor.
In fact, it is both promoter and inhibitor, but largely
Growth
inhibitor.
inhibitor.
Largely means inhibitor, Nana. Otherwise, generally, if it is general, you take it as promoter as well as inhibitor. How it is promoter in some ways, how it is inhibitor in some ways, when we discuss the functions, that time it is. Genetical dwarfism in plants can be removed by application of, tell me, Nana.
Gibberellin.
Gibberellins. Removal of seed dormancy is by which hormone, Nana? Same gibberellins, which in fact is considered as anti-ABA property. ABA induces dormancy. Gibberellins remove dormancy. Delay of senescence by gibberellins is made use in which crop plant, Nana? Delay of senescence, aging, ripening, useful in which crop plant, Nana? In horticulture, for which crop plant? That is to enhance market period, beneficial to the farmers, kada.
Yes, sir.
In which plant, Nana, was it?
Apples and grapes.
Apples, especially apples, beta. Of course, in grapes, increase of the stalks. That is their ability to cause cell elongation. So elongation of the internodes and the stalks of the flowers, inflorescence. That was helping in proper aeration to the fruits also. So in apple, required shape is provided by which hormone, Nana?
Gibberellins.
Gibberellins.
How they are promoting the required shape, you see. Improving the shape and elongation of the fruit also. How are gibberellins useful in brewing industry, Nana?
They speed up the
Speeds up the malting process.
Speeding up or hastening the malting process. Malt is used in brewing industry, liquor manufacturing. Flowering in pineapple is by which hormone?
Auxins.
Auxins promote flowering in plants actually, Nana. Auxins promote flowering in plants. One specific example given is pineapple. Example in pineapple is said. So if it is a question, promote flowering is by, means you should say auxins. So auxins are promoting flowering. And of course, auxins also are in some plants inducing sex determination, more of female flowers like in cucumber. More of male flowers was by which hormone, Nana?
Gibberellins.
Gibberellins. Charles Darwin, Francis Darwin conducted experiments on coleoptile of which plant, Nana?
Canary grass.
Canary grass, Phalaris canariensis. Whereas F.W. Went experiment was on coleoptiles of which plant, Nana?
Oat plant.
And again, what kind of heterophily or heterophily in buttercup is influenced by who?
Environmental heterophily.
Environment. Therefore, it is also called environmental heterophily. What is buttercup scientific name, Nana?
Ranula.
Ranunculus. Primula ranunculus were examples of Hemianatropous ovule with 90 degrees curvature, that was. Developmental heterophily examples are, tell me, Nana.
Cotton, larkspur, coriander.
Cotton, coriander, and larkspur. It can also be, as I was telling you, it can also be, Nana, bean and Australian acacia. Bean is Dolichos labellum. In Dolichos labellum, actually it is trifoliate palmately compound, Nana. But when it is in the seedling stage, the leaves are simple. In Australian acacia, young leaves are bipinnately compound. Mature leaves are without leaflets as a xerophytic adaptation. So petiole there was becoming phylloid. Developmental heterophily. This was a question to you, of course, a diagrammatic representation of the sequence of processes which constitute the development of a cell of a higher plant, applicable to tissues, organs. The final structure at maturity of a cell tissue is also defined by the position of the cell, Nana. To go with textbook statements, orientation is I'm telling you. Final structure and maturity of a cell or a tissue determined by location of the cell within it. Naturally, Nana, the cell transforming into a mature depends on its position. In the leaf, it is differentiated into mesophyll like that. What would you call the parenchyma cells that are made to divide laboratory conditions during tissue culture? It is nothing but parenchyma, a mature tissue, made to divide, means converted into meristem. So what do you call the process, Nana? It was a question, I think, Sunday, no? Gurtunda, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What do you call that, Nana? Literally parent becoming meristem. So should be dedifferentiation. Questionnaire from the textbook. It is one more question there. How would you describe a tumor? Tumor formation, Anna. Tumors are galls formation. What do you call that process? And
Dedifferentiation.
again, dedifferentiation. But the dedifferentiated cell is dividing uncontrolled, no control over that. It will go on dividing continuously. It won't show differentiation or redifferentiation. This was also a statement to you for the last semester. Nutrients are required by the plant for synthesis of protoplasm and also act as source of energy. How, Nana? How are the nutrients acting as source of energy? From what point of view he made this statement? Nutrients required by the plants for synthesis of protoplasm. All right. That is from the point of view of mineral nutrients. And nutrients as a source of means food materials, Nana. So nutrients from plants life point of view, of course, any organism life point of view constitute number one, mineral nutrients, and the second is food materials, also nutrients. So the second half is related to that only, Nana. Source of energy means it should be food material. For synthesis of protoplasm means it should be to start with minerals and then of course biomacromolecules which ultimately help in growth of protoplasm. That is increasing protein content, organelles. It's a waste call, Nana. Measurement and comparison of total growth per unit time. What is it called, Nana?
Relative growth.
Absolute
Uh,
growth.
Absolute growth or actual growth. Measurement and the comparison of total growth per unit time. Total growth per unit time, not to the existing one, not in relation to the initial parameter. If initial parameter word is there, means it should be relative growth. Growth of a given system per unit time, but per unit initial parameter is relative growth rate. And the diagrams, you know it very well. A and B leaves are given. Possibility of a question on that now. Diagram based question possible on that, Nana. What kind of curve can you expect in a tree showing seasonal activities? Showing seasonal activities means S curve or sigmoid curve, kada Nana?
Yes.
Division there, followed by elongation, followed by maturation. Of course, calculating arithmetic growth is LT is equal to L0 plus RT. Geometric growth is W1 is equal to W0 e to the power or e. What are the three phases of growth, Nana?
Lag phase, log phase, stationary.
They are otherwise called meristematic phase, elongation phase, and maturation phase, Nana. These are the other names, but these terms are given under the heading phases of growth. And that terms, as you mentioned, lag, log, and maturation or semi-stationary phase are related to growth curve for geometric growth. A cell of watermelon fruit shows elongation or increase in size by how many times, Nana?
3,50,000.
3,50,000 times. A root apical meristem of which plant can give us 17,500 new cells
Maize.
per hour?
Maize.
Maize, root apical meristem. Meristem, it is not a cell, be careful. The whole meristem, so that itself is a group of cells actually. What is meant by open form of growth, Nana? Growth is open form means what, Nana? Cells are being added continuously to the plant body by the activity of meristems is open form of growth. So in plants, it is called open form because it is happening throughout the life. By root and shoot apex, cells are continuously being added as long as the plant is alive. For growth to occur, anabolism, catabolism, should they be equal or different?
Difference.
Anabolism is excess.
Anabolism should be in excess to catabolism.
Catabolism.
Then only food materials accumulation can take place, and that will enable the growth, increase in biomass. Swelling of a piece of food when placed in water, is it growth or anything else, Nana?
Imbibition.
Imbibition. And of course, seed germination in bean, diagram based question was asked Sunday's test. When seed is germinating, if cotyledons rise above the level, it is called epigel. If cotyledons remain below the level, it is called hypogel. Seed germinations actually are how many types, Nana? How many types of seed germination? One more type you came across in ecology. We're talking about ecological adaptations in xerophytes. Epigel is one, hypogel is two. because this was a question to you already for Sunday's test. During seed germination, if cotyledons rise above the ground, above the surface, and actually this is due to more of activity in hypocortile region of embryonal axis. A germinating seed or embryo, suppose if you take Nana, embryonal axis is distinguishable into three parts: the plumule, the radicle, then the cotyledonary node, from where cotyledons are arising. Okay. Then tell me, Nana, what is the region between plumule and cotyledonary node is called? Epicartile. Why should it be called epicartile, Nana? Simple, above the cotyledons. Region between cotyledonary node and radicle. What do you call it accordingly? Tell me, Nana.
Hypocortical.
Hypocortile. More of growth activity in hypocortile will result in plumule along with cotyledons rise above the ground. So this is due to more of growth activity in hypocortile region. So automatically cotyledons and the plumule become aerial. Then of course, leaves arise, that's a different thing. So radical part which remains underground will develop into root system. So more of growth activity in this region became epigea. More of growth activity in the epicartile, simple, reverse. So cotyledons will remain in the soil only. So hypogeal is cotyledons remain below the surface. And this is due to more of growth activity in epicartile region. So plumule only becomes aerial in this case. The cotyledons and the radicule remain in the soil. Arachis hypogea, best example can be. The species name is accordingly, Nana. Arachis hypogea. You know what is Arachis hypogea, Nana?
Groundnut.
Yes, groundnut. Another Fabaceae member. But this was the case with bean. Based on textbook diagrams, this question is. If you observe carefully, the same kind is seen even in mango also, Nana. Mangifera. Mangifera seedlings, if you observe, cotyledons above the ground. And this is the case even with Tamarindus indica also. What is Tamarindus indica, Nana?
Tamarind.
Yeah, tamarind tree. In that also you see. Then a third type of seed germination, we call it vivipary, which is seen in mangroves. In mangrove, it is seed germination when in fruit on the plant itself. Seed germination when in the fruit on the plant Ecological adaptations in xerophytes. That time we were discussing about this. And even while talking about the seed, also we talk about this. Why is it happening them in mangroves, Nana? Mangroves are plants living in marshy saline soils. Suppose if the seed falls on the ground, it gets submerged in the marshy soils, muddy soils. And that marshy soils are saline soils, anoxic, without oxygen. We know how the roots in mangroves are modified to get oxygen from atmosphere. What is the reason for that? Because marshy saline soils are anoxic, without oxygen. When a seed falling in that soil also has same problem, anoxic, oxygen lacking conditions, then it cannot germinate. Though initially during seed germination, if you see, there will be anaerobic respiration, which will be followed by aerobic respiration. So for aerobic respiration, lack of oxygen problem is there for the seeds of mangroves. So to overcome that, they are germinating when on the plant itself. So with long radicle, when they fall on the ground, a part of the seedling remains aerial to get oxygen from atmosphere. So that is vivipary, epigeal, hypogeal, vivipary, the three types of seed germination. Term vivipary you also come across in animals directly giving birth. Viviparous animals. What about oviparous animals, Nana? Did they
They
birth to the organism? Egg-laying were called oviparous. And of course, you are well aware of development is the sum of which two things, Nana?
growth and differentiation.
Growth and differentiation. So growth, differentiation, development are closely related phenomena. RQ value for fatty acids. How much, Nana? Should it be less than 1 or more than 1?
Less than
one.
Usually 0.7 given for us about tripalmitic acid. Tell me molecular formula of tripalmitic acid. Sorry, tripalmitic.
H98O6.
Yeah. C51H98O6. Tripalmitin, different from palmitic acid. So tripalmitin is 51 carbon fat or lipid. What about palmitic acid? How many carbon was it, Nana?
16
Carbon fatty acid. What was 20 carbon fatty acid? Remember?
arachidonic acid.
Arachidonic acid. So tripalmitin is different. Palmitic acid is different. Possibility of confusion, just make a note, Nana. It is a 51 carbon fatty acid, you can call it as. Tripalmitin itself is a fatty acid. Palmitic acid is a fatty acid. And of course, arachidonic acid also. What is RQ value for anaerobic respiration, Nana?
Infinity.
An infinity. Very good. What is RQ value for succulent xerophytes? Concept oriented question.
0.
It is 0. Because literally no CO2 released out by them. And in anaerobic respiration, no O2 taken in. So whatever the amount of CO2 released, that becomes the RQ value. Therefore, it is infinity divided by 0. How much should be RQ value for germinating castor seed, Nana?
0.
Castor seed germination time RQ value
Less than 1.
less than 1 because the substrates are fats. Castor seed was example of highly endospermic seed. Even you say, same for coconut seed germination also. Endosperm is rich in fats. Coconut oil is extracted from the endosperm only. A bean seed, for example, if it is also less than 1, around 0.8 to 0.9, because proteins are the substrates. Whereas a cereal grain which is rich in starch, supposed to be 1,
One.
1, because carbohydrate is the substrate. Okay. For which kind of substrate? You get acetyl-CoA as intermediate of respiration. For which kind of substrates acetyl-CoA will become intermediate for respiratory pathway?
Fatty.
Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins.
For all the three, Nana, common for fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. Fats can take part in respiration as which intermediate, Nana?
DAP or acetyl-CoA.
Yeah, a gap through DAP is 1, also as acetyl-CoA if it is from fatty acid. Fats or lipids are split into fatty acid and glycerol. Glycerol will take part as gap through DAP. Fatty acid can take part as acetyl-CoA. Proteins can take part in respiration. In which form, Nana? 3 forms there, you can say.
Pyruvic
Pyruvic
acid,
acid.
acetyl-CoA, alpha-ketoglutarate.
Yes, in the form of pyruvic acid, acetyl-CoA, and also alpha-ketoglutarate acid. Same way they can be withdrawn to form amino acids and then proteins. If it is fats, in which form do they take part in respiration? Means one way is a gap through DAP and another is acetyl-CoA. That is through fatty acid. Of course, why it is amphibolic pathway, you are well aware of all that intermediates in relation to ATP's calculation is concerned. Yesterday only we discussed about the balance sheet we prepared for ATPs for 1 glucose on assumption of which conditions calculations we have taken. What are the conditions, Nana? If that is the balance sheet,
A sequential manner.
all the
And none of
events
the
occur.
substrates
Other
are different.
substrates won't involve in the process, and the substrates which involve don't go from the cycle.
No intermediate is withdrawn from that process. No intermediate will enter that process from other substrates. It always starts with glucose conditions. Kada? Moreover, NADH formed in glycolysis should enter the mitochondria. If it can't enter the mitochondria, then it won't take part in ETS. In which case, you can't get 6 more ATPs. So, assuming the NADH of glycolysis enters mitochondria, assuming that it always starts with glucose, assuming that no intermediate is withdrawn from here to be used for other purposes, and assuming that no other intermediate will enter the pathway. But in reality, does it mean it will occur continuously as it is like we are in reality? That is another important point. Because the last paragraph you see after the balance sheet in that page. But this kind of assumptions are not really valid in a living system. Assuming that we prepared a balance sheet, but in reality, does it go in the same way? Means no. Intermediates can be withdrawn, intermediates can be added for theoretical sake. In terms of energy, we are calculating it as that manner. So this point also important for you. All pathways work simultaneously and do not take place one after another in reality. But prepared is in accordance with the translocation of how many protons was enabling formation of 1 ATP across the membrane? Every 3 protons channeled through was forming one ATP. How many protons were removed from matrix of mitochondria if NADH is the substrate of ETS?
10 protons.
Removed from matrix. How many? Two. Actually, you should take it as 12, Nana. Out of 12, 2 were added to oxygen within the matrix, and 10 only are translocated into intermembrane space. So for one NADH, how many removed from the matrix means 12. But how many are accumulated in the intermembrane space means 10 only, which form 3 ATPs. Of course, 1 proton energy is wasted. Assuming that if that proton is left there, means accumulating there, then 3 NADH can form how many ATPs, Nana? If 10th proton is remaining there up till it becomes 3, you can get 10 ATPs for 3 NADH. How? 3 NADH means 30 protons accumulated. And if it is so, you can get 10 ATPs, provided the 10th proton of each NADH will remain in the intermembrane space, go on accumulating up till that become 3. Otherwise, no. And in reality, it won't be so. The 10th proton also going back along with the remaining 9. So its energy is literally wasted as heat. It can be assumed that way. Mobile carriers are only electron carriers. That point we discussed yesterday. Isn't it, Nana? Which mobile carrier is on the outer surface of inner membrane?
Cytochrome C.
Cytochrome C. Which mobile carrier is inside the membrane means ubiquinone.
Ubiquinone.
Is carrier between which complexes, Nana?
One, two,
Complex 1 and 3 and 2 and 3.
1 and 3 as well as 2 and 3. If you say substrate is NADH, it is the carrier between 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
The substrate is FADH2, it is the carrier between 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
So ultimately, complex 3 is common. So complex 3 onwards, it is common for NADH or FADH. Or otherwise, ubiquinone onwards, it is common for NADH or FADH2. Missing for FADH2 is complex 1. Missing for NADH is complex 2. Isn't it? How many were oxidative decarboxylations in TCA cycle?
2.
Yeah, actually 1, but some are joining the first oxidation and first decarboxylation together as oxidative decarboxylation. In which case there is a danger. Kadanana? Then it
Yes.
becomes oxidative decarboxylations within TCA cycle. Even as per the NCERT textbook diagram, if you see, you notice citric acid onwards up to alpha ketoglutarate. He has shown it as one reaction only. Like he has shown for alpha ketoglutarate to succinic acid. So, but for our understanding sake, you take it as Nana. 1 oxidative decarboxylation in TCA cycle. 1 was, of course, the link step. Totally in aerobic respiration is 2 oxidative decarboxylations. Successive decarboxylations, he said, but successive oxidative decarboxylation statement is not there. That is the danger with the book, NCERT textbook now. But as per Telugu Academy, full clarity is there. We considered it as oxidation 4th reaction, decarboxylation 5th reaction of these. And of course, complexes can otherwise be called as, if it is from that point of view, you take. Complex 1 can also be called what, Nana? NADH
Dehydration.
or ubiquinone reductase or NADH ubiquinone oxidoreductase. isn't it? Complex 4 can be called cytochrome C oxidase. Cytochrome C1 is part of which complex, Nana?
Complex 3.
Complex 3. Cytochrome B also. So which complex is with 2 cytochromes? Means it can be 3 and also 4. What are the 2 cytochromes of complex 4, Nana?
Cytochrome A and cytochrome A3.
A and A3. And 2 cytochromes of complex 3 means
Cytochrome B and cytochrome C.
cytochrome B and cytochrome C1. C1 is different, cytochrome C is different. Which complexes are without cytochromes, Nana?
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Complex 1, complex 2, and even complex 4 also.
Complex 5.
Four.
Sorry, complex 5. Yes, Nana. Only complex 3 and 4 are with cytochromes. Total together is with 4 cytochromes. Each is with 2 cytochromes, that we can do it as. What would be the maximum concentration of alcohol in the beverages that are naturally fermented?
13%.
13.
Less than 13%.
Less than 13%, Nana. Reaching 13% means, or beyond 13%, you cannot expect, because fermentation is not possible more than that, because the yeast itself is getting killed. Then, how do you think of alcoholic beverages containing greater than 13% are obtained, Nana?
By distillation.
Yeast is replaced.
The alcohol formed in the broth or vessel is tapped into another one, and as it is volatile in nature, it can easily evaporate into another vessel, collected drop by drop. How many are substrate level phosphorylations for 1 glucose during aerobic respiration?
3.
3, very good. Out of them, 2 were in glycolysis, 1 was in.
TCA.
Yeah, 1. Yes.
How many were decarboxylations during aerobic respiration?
3.
3.
1 was in link step, 2 were in TCA cycle.
TCA cycle.
Glycolysis, TCA cycle, substrate level phosphorylations, 2:1 ratios. Link step, TCA cycle, decarboxylations, 1:2 ratios. What are considered as redox equivalents, Nana?
2
hydrogen
hydrogen
removed.
atoms removed from the gap.
Whenever NADH is losing 2 hydrogens, they are taken as redox equivalents. Whenever NAD added with 2 hydrogens, they are considered as redox equivalents. So, because their addition and removal is resulting in reduction and oxidation, so they are considered 2 hydrogen atoms are considered redox equivalents. In other words, 2 electrons, 2 protons together. Which enzyme was converting starch into glucose, Nana?
Inverters.
Invertase. And of course, converting into, is it only glucose or anything else?
Fructose.
Fructose.
Actually, it is sucrose. Sorry, starch will convert always into glucose because it was a homopolymer of glucoses. Sucrose is converted into glucose and fructose by invertase. Is there any difference of glucose and fructose in terms of respiratory substrate, Nana?
No, they are isomers.
Both are on par. If it is glucose, it will become glucose 6-phosphate. If it is fructose, it will become fructose 6-phosphate. And if it is fructose, there is no need of isomerization. If it is glucose, that needs to be isomerized into fructose. The first cells on this earth were living as anaerobes or aerobes, Nana?
Anaerobe.
Anaerobe.
Oh, sufficient evidences to show that. EMP pathway is called so because. Tell me, Nana.
Discovered by Amden Mayer of Antara.
So the three discoverers are Emden, Meyerhoff, and Parnas. Parnas. P-A-R-N-A-S. During glycolysis, how many inorganic phosphates are added for one glucose? From the side,
Two,
sir.
sir.
Two inorganic phosphates, right, Nana? That was during formation of 1,3-bis PGA. Two molecules we get, so two inorganic phosphates added. Are there any inorganic phosphates released from glycolysis? No.
No.
Because except that one, remaining all are transphosphorylations. Transfer of phosphate group from one to another. Either ATP to substrate or from substrate to ADP to form ATP. Net addition of inorganic phosphates was 2. Energy from which bonds is released during respiration, Nana? From this carbon skeleton?
Carbon-carbon bond.
Carbon-carbon bonds are literally broken bond. So carbon skeleton is broken actually. And meanwhile, when the process is going on, some of the intermediates, which are also taken as carbon skeletons, used for biosynthesis of other molecules also. That's how it is amphibolic pathway. Do microorganisms which cannot synthesize food need food, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, they also need food, but they are living as heterotrophs. And of course, some are capable of synthesizing food, some cannot, and which can make use food from others for the energy required to drive their activities like growth, reproduction, etc. Respiration in roots, stem, and leaves is far lower than in animals. Point Gutunchkunana, important. Far lower than in animals. Reason is the growth activity is more, biomass increase should be more rather than breaking up the biomass. Okay, Nana? So all the best for today's exam, Nana. It is 10 o'clock. Shall I close it, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nana. Bye, Nana. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye, beta.